What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter from Panda. I am up here in Grayslake at a place that's really unassuming. Suite 310 back here is the home of Tintworks. So I'm inside here, Tintworks, and you can see the sign's up, but it's on the floor, and that's the reason it's not up here, and the reason that it's so inconspicuous on the outside is because Mike, the owner of this shop, just moved in. Actually, he was down in the Lincolnshire area before, and so this is a brand new facility, much bigger than his old one, in case you have been a customer of his before. The place does have Wi-Fi, which is awesome. I brought my laptop to do some work. As you can see, I've got some couches here, a table, and the TV up here, and it's just a really big, spacious room. Still some stuff going on, but he's full-blown going. Mike just walked me through actually figuring out which tint I want, and I'll just show you here. Well, these things will be up on the wall, but kind of just shows you what the different tints look like. Might be a little hard on camera here. Obviously, you know, there are some legal limits to what you can do, so check with your local laws before you have anything tinted. I don't want to get you in any trouble. Let's go check out the garage here where he's going to install it, because I want to show that to you, and we'll take a look at the car, Project Audi before and after. It's a big, massive garage here. It doesn't matter what kind of vehicle you're working on, it will definitely fit. And you can see the Audi looks small in here, so this is pretty awesome. All the window films that you'll need. This car doesn't need any tint. All right, let's take a look at the car. Before we get any tint on here, just plain glass all the way around. There's Mike. Thanks for doing this, brother. What did we pick to put on this?
We're going to be doing 15% on the four doors and the back window.
Gotcha, cool. So 15%, I think it's going to make it look a little better. The three reasons that I can think of that you would do tint, correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, is one, in the summer the air conditioning is not going to have to work as hard cooling off the car, which is great. The second thing is just security. You know, if I have my Yanni CD or something in there, you know, someone's not going to be able to see it and smash my window, or right, maybe just give me a little more security. But then three, and the only reason I really want to do it is because it looks more badass. Yeah, it just makes it look a little more monochromatic, sinister. It just, you know, it just kind of rounds out the car. Really clear glass to me just looks kind of unfinished in a lot of ways.
Well, then you also get the UV protection.
Yeah, protects the interior.
Yeah, the interior and yourself from skin cancer.
Yeah.
So, yes, it's in good shape.
Cool. So that's what we got here. This is the before, man. We'll let him do his magic, which is pretty much you kind of just cut the film to the windows. Is that the deal?
Yeah. And slap on that giant sticker.
All right. Love it. We'll be back. And I probably shouldn't be as impressed with this as I am, but it's the little things that make a difference, like having Amazon Prime and Netflix on the TV here. I kind of don't care how long it takes to do the car because I'm enjoying it. Now, Mike was kind enough to give us a little behind-the-scenes look of what he does. First of all, you have to cut the film for each window, and he actually cuts it by hand. He's just that good. He actually does have one of those plot cutters, so he can actually cut them by machine if he wants to, but he doesn't like doing that, or doesn't usually do that. Now, especially on the rear window film application here, because there are so many compound curves, you have to use a heat gun to kind of shrink it down so that it fits. Otherwise you get bubbles, you get folds, and this is kind of a really kind of slow process just to kind of get it all nice and tight, nice and fit. Now, if you have a window with a really big compound curve, like he was showing me a C6 Corvette rear window, that can actually take 45 minutes just by itself to kind of shrink it and get it into the right shape before you apply it. So that was really awesome to see him doing that. Just takes his time to do it, and it just does a really, really good job. Once he gets all the shapes and film molded, then he will start applying it. Now, the other thing I want to point out here, which I was actually really surprised at when he invited me to come take a look at where he was on it, is he actually pulled the door cards off, trim away from the windows so that he can get the film down far to the bottom of the glass. And he said that a lot of tinters will just kind of put the film to the edge, and so what you get over time is peeling up of the film as you raise and lower the windows. So that was really awesome that he kind of takes that extra time to do it. Despite that, he still was done in just a little over 2 hours on my car, which I thought was amazing. So for as much work as he had to do, I thought it was actually just a really short amount of time. And since I was watching the Grand Tour, you know, I was happily entertained. Now, the car looks phenomenal, man, and Again, it was a 15% tint, but it looked actually a lot darker. You know, when you're looking at those samples, maybe because they're small, they let a lot of light through. But this looked great. It totally looks murdered out. When you look through the glass from the inside, you can see a little bit of tint, but it is far lighter looking out than it does when you're looking in, and it just kind of gives the car a nice finished solid look. So I'm super stoked. The price to do my car was only $225. For larger cars and other size vehicles, it can be a little more or a little less, so you definitely want to check with him. He also takes every form of payment from Venmo to credit cards, so that was really awesome as well. Check him out up in Grayslake. If you're in the north suburbs of Chicago, I highly recommend getting your windows tinted out at Tintworks. Peter Von Panda, out.